Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Relocate with Nat. I hope you're doing well today. It is a beautiful sunny day here in the Dominican Republic, and I'm here with John, also known as Johnzo. I was looking for him in WhatsApp, and I couldn't. I'm like, who's Johnzo? But anyways, that's your music name, your musical.
Yeah, my songwriting partner, Joe. He always adds Z's to everything. Name. So he's Jozo, I'm Johnzo.
There you go.
That's just the way it is.
Thank you for doing this today.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
It is hot as Hades.
Yeah.
Won't lie. But here I thought you and your wife Mandy had been here for quite a while. But you have not.
No.
It's been shy of 2 years.
Yeah, about 20 months.
Shy of 2 years. And though you sound British, you came from Canada.
Yeah, we emigrated to Canada with our two little girls, so one and three at the time, in 1988. So we were there 34. So we suffered 34 winters. But
you stayed in the Commonwealth. Really, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Yeah. So we had 34 great years in Canada, and then
and a cold part of Canada.
Yeah, Ontario. Yeah.
It's a little bit chilly, but now we enjoy this.
This is it. This is paradise, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, my wife and I.
I'm just gonna flip. So this is our current view.
Yeah.
It's not a bad view.
No.
It's a now because all of the snowbirds are gone home.
Yes.
But you guys are still here because you are not snowbirds.
Nope. We sort of stay here most of the year, really, year round. But this is a beautiful spot. I'm a big fan. I mean, I love coconut trees, and some of the islands, believe it or not, in the Caribbean, like St. Croix, and they don't have many.
You'd think that,
but here it's just they're everywhere.
We have quite a supply, and we have mangoes, and it's mango season right now in May. Oh my gosh, it's the best season ever. So you folks came down here almost 2 years ago, and was it retirement? Was it anything specific?
Not really retirement, sort of, it was a case of let's get down here and then I'm going to reinvent myself. That's the best way to. Can I just ask a question? Is this a split screen?
It is not.
Okay, so I can look at you then and you can look, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're all good.
Just want to make sure.
I'm not editing that either.
No, why not? It's just a normal conversation. Right?
It is. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, so it was a case of come down, we sold our house in Ontario and we decided, okay, Dominican's the place. It checked all the boxes for things like you don't have to necessarily be a resident. You can buy here.
Yeah.
There's medical insurance. It's cheaper to live. So all these things just check the boxes because if we had our choice, if we were millionaires, we'd be living in some of the other islands. Maybe like Tortola was our favorite in the British Virgin Islands.
Yes.
But it's too expensive.
It is a bit pricey.
But this is this is just as good and cheaper. So.
I think the thing that fascinates me is that you bought sight unseen.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it worked out.
It worked out wonderfully.
Okay, good.
So, yeah.
But it's not. Would you recommend it? I wouldn't recommend that to somebody.
You see, it was the case of we'd done a lot of homework.
Okay.
And we
because you'd watched Natalie's video.
I saw you, Natalie, and I saw Vicky Cherry on there.
Yeah.
Vicky Tetley.
And
we would watch a lot of the videos. And it seemed to be everything seemed to be pointing towards Casa Linda for us.
Yeah. Okay.
The gated community. And so then I was around Anthony's for dinner, the guy your last interview.
Your brother-in-law?
My brother-in-law. And he said, look at this, John. And he sat there with the phone and he said, look, there's a 2-bedroom villa in Casa Linda.
He did not.
He did. And he said, look, it was a rental. It's fully furnished. And it was like, that one was at the time about 210,000 US.
That was good.
And he said, you can just move in. And I said, because we were going to do what you're supposed to do, which is to come down here, rent somewhere, drive around, figure out where you want to live. And we said, well, rather than do all that, waste all that time, what's the worst that can happen in Casa Linda? If we don't like it, we'll sell and move on. Right? And by that time,
But it was built.
It was, it was a 5-year-old.
Yeah, it was already built.
It was 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
And so we'd happened to have met Vicky actually at the Toronto Home and Garden Show.
Oh, nice.
She wasn't actually working for Casa Linda, but they asked her to help out at the show.
Yes, I think I remember that.
Right. So we met her there, and I said, hey, I've seen you on videos, blah, blah, blah. And so anyway, she said, well, if you want an existing build, let me know. I work for a different realtor now.
Yeah.
So we did. We contacted her when we saw that video on YouTube from Anthony. Right?
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, I know the one. I can hook you up. But there was actually another one that was a little bit bigger. And then there was a third one, which we did buy.
Oh, okay.
And we hadn't seen it. We bought it. We did a power
Oh,
of attorney.
that's ballsy.
It was simple.
Okay,
and so,
good,
yeah,
good. Then.
yeah, so
I think I want to say that you probably, I want to say you lucked out a little bit because there are stories, and I don't think, I mean, my personal opinion is do come down to check out because you just never know. And if it's worked out for you guys, I am super happy. But there are so many stories down here that you hear where it doesn't necessarily work out the same way.
Yeah.
So you've been here 2 years.
Yeah, 20 months.
20 months.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the picture yet, but I took a picture. Is it a tut-tut? What do they call that?
Yeah, tuk-tuk.
Tuk-tuk.
Yeah.
John braves the roads of the Dominican Republic in a tuk-tuk.
And a three-wheeler tuk-tuk. Yeah. Even the locals give me a big smile when I drive by. Mandy's put little butterflies all over it and things like that. You know, peace. And I love it. Right?
Because it was cheaper than a car?
Yeah, and we hope to get a car someday. But
Yeah.
it was to save cab fares for getting groceries and things. So I had my
It serves its purpose.
My local handyman put some doors on the back for me, so I can put groceries in and lock them in. And and it's cheap. It's so cheap to run.
Is it on gas?
It's peanuts. You know, it's just a 175cc motorbike engine.
I don't think we could do tuk-tuk. We have too much driving to do between the
Yeah,
taekwondo and school and everything.
No, it's probably too much. And you feel every bump with 3 wheels. The difference between 3 and 4 wheels is
And the
huge.
roads are nice here. I mean, they're relatively nice,
the main
except for
road,
the main road,
yeah,
but the side roads don't get as much love.
Yeah.
So in the 20 months of being here, like what have your, you've fallen in love with the most? Like what are the things here that you really appreciate?
It's I wake up every day full of gratitude. I look out my window and there's the pool, there's our fruit trees and palm trees, and just that view every day is just so uplifting.
It is.
Because the thing is, my wife and I, on my 50th birthday a few years ago, we took our first cruise around the Caribbean, and we started doing a cruise every February, March to get out the snow. We used to look forward to that every year. Then we found Tortola and we started going there every year. So we love the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And so to be here all the time, every day of the year, it took a few months and it sort of hit me. I never have to look forward to summer again, because in England and in Canada, you're looking forward to getting out of the rain or the snow and moving into spring and the summer and making the most of that summer. Well,
you wear flip-flops all year round.
It's all year round.
It is honestly, the one season of clothing makes a huge difference.
It's it's wonderful. I'm still getting used to it. I mean, it's just, to say, we're just so grateful for living here. You know? And I just love the fact that I look around, I see coconut trees, we're near some beautiful beaches, and I'm a beach bum. I love it. So that's why I wear the Larimar, and I have for many years, because in the middle of winter in the like under 3 feet of snow in Canada, I'd have this on and it would remind me of the turquoise blue waters of the Caribbean. And
I love it.
Yeah,
So you did mention like reinventing yourself. So because these things keep coming up for me, showing up that what am I going to do? These are questions we see on social media. Do I need a job? Can I start a business? What can I do when I get down there?
Yeah.
And there's so many opportunities, and that's what I say to people, like, see what there is and run with it. And you saw a need.
Yeah. After talking to some people, we realized the real estate industry here is very different from Canada and the US.
Yeah.
There's no actual real MLS. There is actually a Dominican one, but that's based in Santo Domingo. It's for more of the locals, for the Dominican people, and you have to have cedula or whatever, and then you have to be licensed like you do in Canada or the States. But up in the north here, with all the expats, it's very different. It's still the Wild West, but it doesn't serve the customer who's looking for a property to buy or rent. It does not serve them. They have to literally go through each individual brokerage.
And not to cut you off, but I have a client coming in next week. And she said to me, "Oh, where do I find like more rentals besides Facebook Marketplace and Facebook?" And I said, "Actually, that's such a good question." And I said, I can definitely, hook you up or introduce you to property managers, but there's not really that place where they can go.
Yeah.
And you can see the same rental or house by like 5 different people.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember thinking, is it the same place? It is the same place because they're all the same pictures. So you are centralizing these things, mostly for purchases, though.
And rentals.
Oh, and rentals.
Oh, the rentals is such a huge market. There's a need.
Ooh,
there's
did
a
you
need
hear that? Rentals.
There's a
I
need
love
for
it.
a central hub where you can go. In fact, we're actually we're encompassing just about any kind of property sale or rental, including hotels.
Is this property here on here?
I've asked Jason,
Yeah.
but he didn't get back to me yet. But
Okay, well,
he
we'll
can
talk
put
to
it. He
him.
can put it on there.
Yeah.
And then there's hotels. There's also we even do campgrounds. And
nice,
yeah,
okay.
so it's basically anything that for rent or sale with properties, commercial, land.
Nice.
We want to list. We want to encompass the whole sphere of rentals and sales. So
We're looking for a kitchen.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Kitchen.
We need a shared kitchen for some baking.
Oh, okay.
As you know, we are bakers as well because we don't have enough to do every
Right,
day.
right.
Um,
But we are new and we're growing.
Yeah.
We're growing. It's our third week of being released, so we're growing. We're slowly bringing in listings. So
Yeah.
it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
But we've already got some big realtors that are talking to us
Showing
about
some
bringing
interest,
in
yeah.
a lot more listings. We need a lot of listings, so then we can drive traffic to that. It's
Yeah.
it's a hand in hand thing.
It is. I mean, by far. I mean, we still go into MLS in Canada just for fun,
Yeah.
just to see what's out
Yeah.
there. Not that we're planning, but it definitely is something. You know, you see what I mean, how the market has changed. You know,
Yeah.
in North America.
Yeah, yeah,
So after 20 months,
yeah.
and you love the view and you love the coconut trees, there has to be some things that drive you crazy though. Like, and when I say crazy, I mean like crazy. Like, really, is that happening right now?
Well, the one thing I'm going to be honest about is, and this can happen anywhere, not
Yeah.
just Casalinda, it can happen in any community.
Yeah.
Because they have so many rentals, a lot of people buy properties here to rent.
Yes.
And if you happen to be living near some of these, and some of these people come in for 3-4 nights and they party like crazy and they can keep you awake all night, that can be a real detriment. That can be anywhere. That can be in Perla Marina, that can be in Sisura Village.
we were in Casalinda. We experienced that. It was tough. There was a couple nights that were tough.
Yeah, but I will say this: the security. As soon as there is somebody making too much noise, we know the decibel range is for evening and for the daytime.
Yeah.
And if it's going over that and it's you can hear it, because we can hear it inside the villa. If we put the TV on, it's okay.
Yeah.
But when you want to go to bed, But I must say, security at Casalinda have been superb.
Good.
As soon as we call them, they come over and they shut them down. So
Good.
it's just that you'd have to call them first. But really, that's the only sort of negative.
And it's almost a like I appreciate like on the other flip side is like I appreciate like the Dominican culture of like that music and that willingness to celebrate life and whatnot. Mind you, I don't know that those renters are necessarily all Dominican, and that's okay. But I know that we get the loud, the drive-bys here, and you think, it goes by and it's done,
Yeah.
It's short-lived. But nothing else, that's your biggest...
Yeah, that's really it. I mean, if I started listing, some of these vehicles are very smoky and the air is full of fumes. Well, if you can't deal with that, forget it, right? It's just.
Well, you're swapping one thing. Like, I think about how we only have one main road here.
Mhm.
And, like, we got stuck behind a dump truck yesterday.
Yeah.
And we couldn't pass them. But then if you're in Canada, you're in 3 or 4 lanes of traffic for...
Yeah.
a very long time. So you're swapping one out for the other. It's not that one is better than the other.
Yeah.
Just that they're different.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the overall. Are you happy or not? Right. And I'm nothing wrong with Canada, but this is definitely where we want to spend. I suppose really the last third of our lives. you know, in the warmth, in the tropics. I mean, we have a small little perimeter of grass around the pool area of the garden. Very small, but we have like 6 fruits in that small little area.
Nice.
And I mean, we have one little coconut tree, which I'm so happy about. It just started. I didn't know it was actually until what was it last year? And I said, oh my God, I think we have a coconut tree.
We have mangoes. They're growing behind our place.
Oh,
I can't
lovely.
wait to pick them.
As long as they're the good ones, because there's many different types.
Yes.
Right?
These
So-
ones seem to be the good ones.
Yeah.
And so if anybody's watching this and they're sitting there on the edge of their seat
Yeah.
and they're just like they need the little push off the fence, what are your top tips? Like, what are the top things they should consider doing to, do a move like this?
Well, first of all, obviously the number one thing is finance.
Yeah.
You can't just move down here like we did. We just took a big chance.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of person.
Yeah.
We just wanted to get out
Yeah.
and start anew and start afresh.
Yeah.
Sell up, start afresh.
Yeah.
And what we did is we finally got rid of all the clutter because
Yes.
our two daughters didn't take all their stuff from
Their
their
stuff,
childhoods
yes.
and their baseball medals, softball medals,
Yeah.
pictures and that. So we finally, it was a huge downsize, and it was quite emotional too, really.
Yeah.
And
But
now,
it shows you how much stuff you have and that you don't need.
You don't need. So we're down to a 2-bedroom, and we really could use a 3 because Maddie likes to paint, and that would be a good place to paint. And then I like to play my
Yeah.
guitar and keyboard and whatever. So that a 3rd bedroom would be handy for that. But apart from, because there's not much storage.
Yeah.
But basically we're fine, And if we had the 3rd bedroom, we'd be
More
saying
stuff.
we need a 4th. You know how it is.
So definitely have financing. What else? What other tips do you have for people who might want to do this?
When I say financing, I mean income as well.
Yes.
Like it's
Oh,
either-
okay, great, yeah.
You either have pensions, or you both
Yeah.
have pensions and that sort of thing, or you've got a kind of job that if you are not quite ready to retire, you can work remotely. That is to me, that's the holy grail here, is remote work. If you can remote work, and you're living in paradise here and you're working here,
Yeah.
it's just wonderful. So those two things, you've got to have an income.
Yeah.
And not take a risk on that, like we did.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing. And,
Yeah.
then really, are you familiar with the Caribbean? Do you like the Caribbean? Do you know how hot it gets here?
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Due diligence.
We actually turned our AC on last night in the bedroom for the first time.
For the first time.
We don't normally use it. We just use
Okay.
fans. And
Yeah. The fans do create a nice breeze. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we finally turned it on last night.
I would
for
say
about
do
4
your
hours.
research. Yeah.
Research,
Yeah.
and
Due
again,
diligence.
you know as well as I do. On Facebook, we see people always asking, "Where should I live Where should I live? How should I make money? Can I do this? Can I do that?" It all depends on you. It's what do you want? What do you
want for you and your family?
What will you tolerate, as in like heat, as in
Working conditions.
driving around here is a bit
driving, yeah.
nuts to some people. Some people won't drive, most do.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things, and it's up to you, because I can't see inside your mind and say you should do this and should do that.
Yeah.
So it's a case of come down here,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
But Maddie and I knew we were leaving, so we just said we're going, and
Yeah.
we'll make it work.
I love it.
But we love it.
You made it work.
Yeah.
So if you are thinking of doing this and you're looking for a property, either a rental or something to buy, make sure that you visit the link in the description where the MLS/Dominican.com will be.
Yeah.
And if you are thinking of doing this and you're not sure where to start, that's where I step in as a relocation concierge. You can book a 15-minute discovery call with me. We can figure out if we're a good fit, and I can save you some time, money, and a whole lot of heartache.
Yeah. And I can vouch for that, because when you do what we did, we just came down.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn. I mean, even things like, how do I get a bank account? Things like, okay, how do I get my new phone number, Dominican number set up, and get the package going? And we were blessed with Vicky.
Yep.
Vicky Tetley, Vicky Cherry.
Yeah.
She basically, we called her Alexa.
Yeah.
We were literally, every day I was WhatsApping, Vicky, where'd you do this? Where'd you do that? And she'd get straight back and let us know.
There you go.
She took us to the bank twice
Yeah.
to get the account. She took us to get our phone accounts.
And some of the agents will do that here for you, but not a lot of them do, because their focus is really on the selling.
Sale.
But I know
Yeah.
that she does do a lot of customer service.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you.
So excited. Such a beautiful day today. A perfect day to do this, because supposedly there's rain tomorrow. So I don't know. Anyways, whatever you choose to do, I hope you have an incredible day, and we'll see you soon in the next episode. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thanks, John.
Thank you. Bye.